Hello, hi everyone. Hope you guys are having an amazing Monday. Thank you guys for joining me so much for this scope today. Hope everyone is doing okay. I'm just gonna give some people some time to come into the room. Hi Mauricio. Hey, thank you guys so much for joining me. Hi Terrelyn. Terrelyn, well, you already know some of what I'm gonna talk about, right? Hi everyone, thank you guys so much for joining me, and today of course we are going to be talking about setting some baby elephants free. If you have noticed the title of my scope, I talk about setting some baby elephants free, right? So we're going to talk about that today. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and some of you are probably wondering like, what is she talking about? Baby elephants? What? So we're going to jump into it in a little while, but some of you who are in my programs may be familiar with this story and may know what I'm going to talk about. Hey Angie. Hey Crystal. So some of you already know about this baby elephant syndrome, but for those of you who are not familiar, please stay till the end so that you can hear all about this baby elephant syndrome so that you could be free. So my name is Krisha Sarah Bowen, also known as the Giant Slayer, and I am from Trinidad and Tobago. I help you come off pause, press play, and power up your purpose. Most importantly, I help you push past pain, and you're hearing probably an airplane is flying over my house right now. I help you push past pain and passionately pursue purpose. I believe once you change thoughts, that you change behavior. So I am passionate about influencing thoughts to change behavior. And I thank all of you for joining me this evening as we talk about these baby elephants. Is anybody familiar with the baby elephant syndrome? If you are, just say yes or raise your hands if you know what I'm going to talk about. We're going to talk about baby elephant syndrome. If you know what this syndrome is, just say yes or raise your hand so I can know how many people know. No? Hey Lisa, hey Jocelyn, thank you guys so much for joining. No? Anybody knows what baby elephant syndrome is? Does anyone know? No? No? Sarah, I know you know. Baby elephant syndrome. So there's this story, right, that they tell that they use this particular method in Africa for dealing with and training baby elephants. So what they do is that when the elephant is small, they actually chain it to the trunk of a tree. So what happens is they are teaching this elephant constraints. They are teaching this elephant how to be refined. So they actually chain the baby elephant to a tree trunk. So with the force, the baby elephant tries to move, but the chain continues to restrain its movement. So as the elephant grows older, automatically the elephant thinks that it does not have the strength to uproot a tree, because from small they have trained the elephant through using this rope and this tree to limit its strength. So the elephant really has the capacity to move the tree, right? But what they did when the elephant was a baby, they would tie a chain and tie it to a very huge tree, which the elephant could not uproot. So you find that the elephant would try to escape at night, and then it will find itself being restrained because of the cord that it was chained to. Now, what they realize as these elephants grow older, that even though the elephant now had the strength to pull off the restraint and to even burst the chains and the rope, because the elephant from a baby was taught that it was constrained, was taught confinement, was taught that you cannot move beyond this point, the elephant now didn't realize its own strength. So what the trainers did is that they really limited the elephant's ability to understand its strength. So as the elephant got older and as the elephant tried to escape, it came a point in time where these grown adult elephants would no longer try to escape because they were taught that if they tried, they could not get out, and they were taught that they did not have strength. So the baby elephant syndrome was really a syndrome that they used to restrain the elephants so that as they grow older into adulthood, they will not understand their capacity and they would not understand their true strength. And there are some of us on this scope, some of you that may even watch the replay, who are suffering from baby elephant syndrome because people have told you you cannot go beyond this box. You cannot go beyond this confinement. They have chained you, and we are talking about mental chains now. Through society, through experience, through whatever you have gone through, you have experienced mental chaining. So when you try to escape and when you try to step out and when you try to do something, you felt like if there was something pulling you back, because this is what they did, the baby elephants. They would tie them to a tree trunk. But as the elephant grew older, the elephant actually had strength to uproot the tree. But because as a baby, they taught the elephant to be constrained. Because as a baby, they taught the elephant that you cannot go beyond these limits. This is what the elephant grew up believing. And perhaps you are that person that you were taught confinement, right? Hi, Kimberly. You were taught restraints. You were taught that you cannot go beyond this point. So because you were taught that you cannot go beyond this point, it has limited your ability to see your strength. It has limited your ability to see that you can actually do these things. And because of that, a lot of us have developed this kind of fear phobia, or we are so, we need people to affirm us. Hey, darling, we need people to tell us that you can go beyond this point. You need people to tell you that you have the strength to do this thing. You need people to tell you that you have the strength to birth this mission. You need people to tell you that you have everything that's within you to step out and to realize your business, your ministry, your whatever it is you want to do. But this is because society has mentally chained your mindset. But sometimes it's not only society. Sometimes we have been set free, but we refuse to move the place of freedom because we tell ourselves in our mind that I can't do this. We actually suffer with baby elephant syndrome because we allow ourselves to limit our mind and to think certain things are impossible. So you think, hey Angel, you think that it's easy for Angel to write a book, right? You think that it's easy for me to write a book. You think that it's easy for everyone else. But baby elephant syndrome has now chained your mental capacity. So where you have the strength and the ability to do, you now think that you don't have the ability to do. Remember, the story is in Africa that they would chain the baby elephants to a tree trunk. So every time the elephant tried to escape, the chain would restrain it, right? So as the elephant grew older, they realized that they no longer had to put chains, that the elephant actually restricted itself without chains. So even though the elephant now had the strength to uproot a tree, now it no longer understood its capacity. The elephant no longer understood its strength because it was programmed that you can't do this. It was programmed that you don't have the strength. It was programmed that you don't have the ability. So now that it came to adulthood, the elephant no longer needed chains because the chains were like invisible chains. So they did not have to build walls and they did not have to restrain these elephants because they would not go past a certain point, Kimberly. They would not go past, right? They would not go past a certain point because they were limited in their beliefs. And some of us, we are like these baby elephants because someone may have told you that you can't do it, or because someone in your family didn't do it, or because you have experienced failure. You have now told yourself that my capacity is this, and you have actually built a box and you have put yourself in the box, and you are thinking that it's people that are doing this, but it's actually your limiting belief beliefs that has put you in a box. So you are now in the midst of baby elephant syndrome, to where you are no longer chained. You are absolutely free. You are 100% free. You actually have the capacity to do that which you think you can't do. But because your beliefs has been limited, because your thought has been limited, you tell yourself that you can't do it. So you put invisible chains on yourself, and you think that people are really trying to box you in. But you have actually built the box. You have actually built the jail cell. You have actually chained yourself because of your mentality, because of your thinking, and because of your beliefs. So you're probably asking me, Krisha, how can I get free of baby elephant syndrome, right? It's self-sabotage, absolutely. How can I get myself out of this box? Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is you need to realize what are the things that you think are limiting you. So make a list of the things that you think are your limitations. And I can tell you, absolutely, I can tell you, number one on that list, Angel, for most people is money. If you ask people what is limiting them, I think, Angel, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, right? Because Angel talks about finance and she has written a book called Balling on a Budget, right? You can tell me if I'm wrong, but if I ask you what is your limit, I think probably 80% or maybe more of the people are going to tell me that money is their limit. Money is their restraint. Money is the thing that's keeping them back. You guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong. Do you think that 80% of the people will say that money is what is keeping them back? If you think so, just give me a yes. Hey, Teresa, just give me a yes. What do you guys think? What do you think is the number one thing, right? And this is not any scientific thing, but I'm just talking based on my experience. I think that the number one thing that is limiting people is really thinking that they don't have the money to do. And really, if you think about it, and if you look over your finances, and if you look over where and how you spend your money, the things that you don't think you have the money to do, you actually do. If you look at your spending habits, if you look at how you're spending money, and today in the group I'm talking about, hey Angel, I'm talking about the difference between spending and investing, right? So if you look at how you're spending money, because most likely the things that you spend money on, you don't get a return on. But if you look at your money as a tool to invest, then you would treat your money a lot different than you do right now. Because sometimes we think, oh, it's just $5. Oh, it's just $10. Oh, it's just $20. But if I'm doing this over time, right, and I'm not really tracking my money or tracking my spending habits, the money that I think I need to, let's say, launch my book, the money that I need to invest in an editor, the money that I need to do something is really in my bad spending habits. Is really in, do you really need that coffee every day that you pay $4 for? And if you think about it, you can probably make your coffee at home, save that money, and invest it into something for your future. So I think that we need to come out of this syndrome, come out of this self-talk where we tell ourselves that we are limited. So the first thing that you do, you need to make a list of the things that you believe are limiting you. Now, after you make the list of the things that you believe are limiting you, then I need you to look at, okay, what can I do to negate these limits, right? So if you look at a battery, anytime you connect a battery to one of your remote controls or something that uses a battery, there's a positive and a negative, and you need the positive and the negative to connect in order for that thing to work. So when you make the list of your limitations, right, now I want you to look at how you can spin these limitations you fix your coffee this morning with the same thought process? Absolutely. We spend money on coffee every day and you think it's just $4. But if you count up that $4 over time, you can probably pay Kimberly to edit your book or to do your book cover. Or you can hire someone to help you get to that next level. But you're thinking that you can't get to the next level because you are a chained elephant. And the chains are really invisible. And the chains are in your mind. So you are only seeing this little box when there is no chain, and your strength and your capacity is beyond what you think you have, right? So we're going back to the battery example where we use the positive and the negative to connect to make things work. So now I want you to look at what are my limits. And then secondly, I want you to look at what you can do to negate that limitation, right? So if it's money, I want you to look at what you can do, right? The chains are absolutely invisible. Look at what you can do to negate that limitation. So it's the battery concept where we need a negative and a positive to combine to make things work, right? Then after you do that, I need you to change your thought process. Because remember, you are now a grown elephant, right? So the elephant is now an adult, so it has the strength and the capacity. Do you know that most of the things that you want to do right now, you already have the capacity to do it? Do you know that everything that you want to do for your business or for your life personally, that you have already been given the capacity to do it? The elephant does not have to question if it has strength or not. The elephant does not have to lift weights to get stronger. The elephant does not have to do certain things to gain muscle weight. It's just the way the elephant is built. And I want to tell you that's just the way that you are built. You are built with strength. You are built with capacity. But you have been chained for so long that you think that you don't have strength. And you think that you don't have capacity. But you just need to break free of those invisible chains. Get rid of limitations. Get rid of the beliefs that are telling you that you can't. And now begin to look at the ways that you can. So that's my challenge to you guys today. My challenge to you today is to think about it. You're no longer a baby elephant, right? The elephant doesn't struggle to exercise strength. The elephant is just a powerful creature. That's just the way the elephant is created, right? Therefore, what I'm saying is you don't have to struggle, because it's just the way that you're built. So it means then, and you're like hearing all these cocks crowing, right? Because I think it's probably close to 6 o'clock. So what I'm saying is, think about the analogy of the baby elephant, right? When it was younger, it didn't have the capacity. But now that the elephant is grown, it has the strength and the capacity. And you are just like this baby elephant. So now that you have grown up and you're in adulthood, you have the strength and the capacity. But maybe you have some thinking, some limiting beliefs that are telling you that you can't do it. So we need to address the belief, right? It's very liberating. Great. You need to, if you want to change what somebody is doing, do you know that you actually change belief to change action? So if you want to change results, then you change beliefs. You change how you think about a certain thing. So if you want to change how someone reacts to something, you really need to change how they believe that thing really is. So then the fundamental thing is really belief. The fundamental thing is really, what am I believing that is triggering these things in my life? So if you want to change results, it means then that you got to change belief. Only when you change belief, then you can get results. But if you don't change beliefs, then you won't get results. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Is this helping anyone? Is this helping anyone, right? So if you want to change the results, if you want to change going outside of those limiting beliefs, If you want to come out of the box and stand on the box, it means then that you now have to change what you're believing to change what you're manifesting, right? So I need you guys to look at what are your limiting beliefs, and I need you to find ways to counteract those beliefs so that you can walk in capacity, because you were already built for the things that you have to carry. You are already equipped. It's just like the elephant, guys. The elephant is not now learning to be strong. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Thank you for rocking out with me. The elephant isn't now learning to be strong. It's naturally strong. It's built that way. So you are not now learning to be strong. You're built that way. You are now not learning that you have capacity. You're built that way. But it's how you're thinking about yourself that's manifesting the results that you see. So if I have a poor concept of my image, of myself, it means then that projects to other people. And then we wonder why other people see us in a certain way. It's because we see ourselves in that way and we manifest it. If you need someone to believe in your message, to believe in what you're doing, you must first believe in it. So how do you want to not believe in your strength, not believe in your capacity, but yet we expect other people to believe in us? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So you guys, let's get out of baby elephant syndrome. Let's get out of baby elephant syndrome and let's change how we're believing so that we can change how we're living and that we can impact the world. The world is just waiting on us to give them that impact. But we are so afraid because we are chained elephants, but we are chained with invisible chains. I want you guys to get this, right? They don't even chain the elephants anymore, but because the elephant knows, okay, I tried to escape once and I failed. I tried to escape a second time and I failed. I tried to escape a third time and I failed. It doesn't mean that if I try the fourth time, I won't be free. It doesn't mean that if I try the fifth time, I wouldn't be free. Let me tell you guys, before I do what I'm doing now, I probably had at least 4 failed businesses, but I refuse to let the chains hold me back. I refuse to let the stigma of people hold me back. And listen, those were just businesses. They weren't purpose. So if I'm walking in purpose, I'm sure to succeed because I have the capacity for what I'm purposed to carry. So if it is just business, business may rise or fall. But if it's purpose, you're destined to succeed. Purpose, you are graced for. Purpose, you are prepared for. But you can only walk in purpose when you step out, when you begin to realize what it is you're called to do, and you walk in that purpose. Then you're guaranteed to step out and to move in strength and to move in the capacity that you already have. So I hope this message has inspired some of you. I hope you're going to do the exercise that you're going to write down a list of your limiting beliefs. And then I want you to write down a list of things that you can do to eliminate that belief. Because remember, it takes the negative and the positive to make things work. So I need you to look at the negative, which are your limitations, the ones that you tell yourself are your limitations. And then I want you to look at what you can do to get rid of these limitations. If you guys want to share it in the group, feel free and I will give you feedback. The group is Purpose Diaries on Facebook, bit.ly/ PDFB group, which stands for Purpose Diaries Facebook group, or you can just search Purpose Diaries in the comment section on Facebook and you can join the group. And if you want to share your limitations, feel free and I would give you feedback. But most importantly, I need you guys to do the exercise, look at your limiting beliefs and use the negative and the positive to make your life work. Have an amazing Monday, guys. Thank you guys so much for rocking out with me. Have a good one. Bye-bye.